Well, there's been a Zuckerberg sighting, well, at least a posting, right? Breaking his silence on this Cambridge Analytica controversy. Mark Zuckerberg took nearly a week after the story broke, but he did address the scandal in a statement that reads in part, "We have a responsibility to protect your data, and if we can't, then we don't deserve to serve you. I've been working to understand exactly what happened and how to make sure this doesn't happen again." Hey, the good news is that the most important actions to prevent this from happening again today we have already taken years ago, but we also make mistakes. There's more to do, and we need to step up and do it. Well, not in a statement, of course, was an actual apology. With me now to discuss, Gina Loudon, Donald J. Trump for President Advisory Board member, Liz Peek, FoxNews.com columnist and contributor to The Hill. David Nelson is back with us as well. Liz Peek, you wrote a piece, you said it's too late. They can't be reeled in. They're too big. They're gargantuan, and no one can hold them down.
I think it's totally true. This company, which has now over 2 billion users worldwide, 2 billion active users, contribute or produce 4 petabytes of data every single day. It's an unconscionable amount of data. The government can't possibly control this thing. After all, there already was a 2011 consent decree with the FTC, which didn't seem to fix this problem. And guess what? Facebook can't do it either. Mark Zuckerberg knows that, which is why he's talking about having taken some steps. Those steps weren't particularly practical and didn't help very much. And guess what? They're not able to rein this thing in. What will rein it in eventually is competition.
Right. And you know, David, not very apologetic, but here's another huge problem. Zuckerberg controls 75% of the votes, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
does.
so the bottom line is he is really, honestly, not accountable to anyone.
It's pretty funny how, over the last couple of days, everybody's been calling for his head. These are the same people that were lauding him as, the second coming. His votes, his shares have 10 votes each. He's not going anywhere. So, and that's part of the problem with dual class structure. But to Liz's point, she makes a great point here. The genie's out of the bottle. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to change that. I'm not sure we're going to be able to regulate our way out of this mess at this point. We're going to have to maybe rethink, how we interact with social media in the future.
Gina, speaking of feigned outrage, the media going nuts here that somehow perhaps Cambridge Analytica and the Trump team used this information to sway the election. Maybe the Russian narrative is starting to lose. Maybe the expiration date has gone off on that. And yet we come to discover that Facebook and the Obama administration had a pretty cozy relationship, didn't they?
Oh, remember, Obama was an innovator, Charles. He had his finger on the pulse of all things innovation and progressive, and that's why he won the election. Kudos to Obama. At least that's what the media said when Obama used Facebook data. But, here's the thing, Charles. The irony here is sometimes we conservatives can laugh, right? Because here's Mark Zuckerberg now saying, oh, no, don't regulate me, whatever you do. I need all the First Amendment advocates out there having my back. And we're thinking, Zuckerberg, you shadow banned us from your social media, and we left a long time ago. So he doesn't have the true First Amendment spokespeople out there who are the conservatives having his back. But they would had he not destroyed their companies and their businesses that were making money on Facebook.
There's a piece in Political that said the Obama team actually did what Cambridge Analytica did, but came up with 5 times the amount of folks. Let's talk about this. Gina brings up conservatives. Let's bring up the consumer's responsibility in all of this. Facebook only gets the data that we give them. Is there some sort of line that we have to draw as consumers that we don't pour our soul into this thing?
Absolutely. Charles, how can people be so stupid to think that anything online is secure? Bitcoin is not secure. Facebook certainly isn't secure. Online banking is not secure. All these things have been hacked. Your iPhone has been broken into. How can people not understand that whatever they put out there is vulnerable? It has got to come exactly right from the consumer.
So real quick then, David, having said that, should we get a piece of the action? Should we be allowed to at least benefit financially? If they're going to sell our data, should we get a piece of the cut?
Yeah, that could be a good way to go, because if they start to let you opt out, how are they going to make their revenue? Big data is big money. And the only other way to do this is if you opt out, they're going to have to charge you. Are you willing to pay $50 a month to be on Facebook? I don't think a lot of people would like that.
I had a company last night on the show that says they've got a product where people actually get paid for their own data. I love that kind of an idea. Hey, if you're going to sell it, I want a piece of the action. I might even sign up, too. Thanks a lot.